Welcome back, book talk enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of Dragons and Spaceships, where we shine a spotlight on all the sci-fi and fantasy books that are taking the platform by a storm. I am your host, Brandi, and today we are diving into a book that reimagines dragons lore in a beautifully complex way. L.R. Lamb's Dragonfall. If you are into morally gray characters, slow burn romance, and a world building so rich you'll feel like you've been dropped into another realm, you're going to want to stick around for this one. And no big spoilers here, but I'll tease just enough to get your curiosity going. Let's fly into it. But before we dive into this book, as always, let's take a look at the Realm and Galactic rankings of trending books this week. All right, book lovers, let's talk about this week's trending fantasy title that is making waves in the community. A Crown This Cold and Heavy by Stacia Stark. This is the third installment in the Kingdom of Lies series, and it's a gripping continuation of Prissa's journey. In this book, Prissa, our fierce and resilient heroine, finds herself in dire circumstances and imprisoned and relentlessly tortured by enemies who will stop at nothing to uncover her secrets. But Prissa is as determined as ever, fighting to reunite with Lorien and stand against the dark forces threatening the world. Expect a blend of high-stake action, emotional depth, and a dash of romance. If you love stories about resilience, loyalty, and the fight for power, this one is a must-read. A Crown This Cold and Heavy is topping the charts right now, so grab it while it's hot and let me know your thoughts. Back to our book we are here to talk about. First things first, what's Dragonfall all about? The story takes place in a world where humans betrayed dragons centuries ago, stealing their magic and banishing them to a decaying realm. These days, dragons are worshipped as gods by the very people who exiled them. Oh, the irony. The narrative introduces us to two protagonists, Arkady, a thief with a personal vendetta, and Evren, the last male dragon. Evren, trapped in a human form, has one goal: to restore his kind of power. But here's the catch. To do that, he needs Arkady to trust him completely. And then, well, let's just say trust is a dangerous thing in this world. Now, let's talk about what makes this book so captivating. First, the world building. L.R. Lamb doesn't just create a setting, they craft an entire ecosystem of culture, history, and magic. From the intricate lore of the dragons to the societal structures where gender fluidity is the norm, this world feels alive. It's dense, yes, but once you find your footing, it's a kind of place you'll want to revisit again and again. And then we have Arkady and Evren. These two are a masterclass in tension. Arkady is a resourceful, smart, and oh so cynical, a thief trying to carve out a better life. Evren, on the other hand, is this mix of power and vulnerability. He's a dragon, sure, but his human form forces him to grapple with emotions and limitations he's not used to. Watching their relationship develop is like watching a dance where neither partner knows if the other one will lead or betray them. It's a slow burn, it's angsty, and it's delicious. But Dragonfall isn't without its quirks. The narrative structure is unique. Arkady's chapters are in first person, while Evren's are in second person, addressing Arkady directly. For some readers, this stylistic choice adds an intimate layer to Evren's perspective. For others, it takes a little getting used to. Personally, I found it intriguing, a reminder that this isn't your run-of-the-mill fantasy tale. Now, for a sneak peek at what's in the next installment, don't worry, no major spoilers. Dragonfall ends with plenty of threads left dangling, and Book 2 promises to raise the stakes. Evren's mission to save his kind isn't as straightforward as it seems, and Arkady is forced to confront secrets that could change everything. If you thought the tension was high in Book 1, get ready, it's about to get even more intense. So who is Dragonfall for? If you love morally complex characters, rich world building, and a bit of dragon-fueled drama, this book is calling your name. It's not a light read. It's one you'll want to sink your teeth into, and trust me, once you're in, you won't want to leave. All right, friends, that's all for today's episode of Dragons and Spaceships. Go grab a copy of Dragonfall if you haven't already, and let me know what you think. Are you Team Arkady, Team Evren, or just here for the dragons? But don't leave yet, though, because before we go, we have our two other segments to go over. First, we have Dragon's Roar. In today's Dragon's Roar, we are diving into the latest drama or news in the book talk industry. If you loved Abigail Owen's The Games Gods Play, get excited because the cover reveal for The Things Gods Break is here, and the book is set to release on September 16th, 2025. It is a beautiful cover, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Next, we have the Sorcerer's Scrolls, where we look at some forthcoming fables and quests you can embark on soon. This week, we are spotlighting The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, set to release on May 13th, 2025. Known for his gritty tales and complex characters, Abercrombie is delivering a fresh standalone novel that plunges into the supernatural in a world teetering in collapse. A group of mercenaries and rogue embarks on perilous mission to retrieve the powerful artifact. You can expect chaos, betrayal, and intense action in this dark fantasy adventure. If you are into stories where heroes and villains blur, The Devils should be on your radar. Mark your calendars for May 13th, 2025, and get ready to dive into this thrilling new world. I know I cannot wait to dive into it myself. Well, that's it for today's episodes of Dragons and Spaceships. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the realms and the starships. Thank you for joining me into this deep dive into L.R. Lamb's Dragonfall. If you've read the book, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to find us on social media for more quick and engaging book reviews and recommendations. Until next time, happy reading, stay curious, keep exploring the fantastical and the futuristic, and may your TBR pile never stop growing.